One of our core values at Growth Tribe is getting shit done. Execute, execute, execute. Making the best use of your time and just getting things done. Now, we don't usually talk about productivity in our video series, but these rules that I'm going to share with you, or these laws, have been so vital to our success that I thought it would be interesting to share them with you. So the way we get shit done is by following some principles, and we thought they might be useful for you as well. Now, the first one's kind of the most important one. It's Pareto's Law. Pareto Law states that 80% of the result are gained by 20% of the efforts. So 20% of your efforts are going to give you 80% of the results. Basically, it's saying know what to focus on. Some typical examples are that 80% of your sales will actually come from 20% of your clients. So what we're saying is that 20% of the things you're actually going to do today are going to give you 80% of your results on the main metrics that are important for you. So choose very wisely what you're going to spend your next minute, hour, or day on. Next up, number 2 is Laborat's Law. It states that you should prioritize difficult tasks for the beginning of the day. The reason for this is that brains are actually a lot fresher in the morning. For tens of thousands of years, our brain's natural reaction has been to avoid pain or effort. And I'm not talking about running away from tigers. In our case, it's running away from big, difficult tasks. Add to that a second component of our brain called decision fatigue. Decision fatigue is where the amount of information and decisions you can make actually diminishes as the day goes by. And there you have it. You have the biological reason why you should put difficult tasks at the beginning of the day. Okay, now for law number 3. This is Carlsons Law. This law is that one task completed in one single stretch will actually be completed much faster than doing that same task in multiple attempts or multiple goes. This is mainly due to the mental switching costs of switching from one task to another. This is also one of the reasons why we advise our team to get rid of notifications. We also use noise-canceling headphones so we can get in the zone and we don't get bothered by audio cues or visual cues, visual distractions. Okay, and here's law number 4. This one's pretty well known. It's Murphy's Law. The original Murphy's Law is that anything that can go wrong probably will go wrong. The way we apply Murphy's Law to productivity is that every task will probably take a lot longer than you think. A dev project will take 2 or 3 times the amount of time we thought it would take. That growth experiment that we thought would be a really short, easy experiment actually took 50% more time than we thought the experiment would take. So to cope with this, often in sprint planning, for example, we'll add an extra 30% on every task. And when you're planning your day or your week, maybe take that extra margin of 30, 40, 50% into account as well. The second to last one, the 5th law, is Parkinson's Law. This law states that the more time you have available to complete a task, the more time you'll probably end up taking to actually complete the task. This is why setting deadlines is so important, and it's why we love the Pomodoro technique so much. Pomodoro technique is basically a technique where you allocate specific amount of times to do specific tasks during the day. Remember when you were a student and you would get all the work done just the night before the final exam? Well, it's the same idea, but in micro snippets. However, on the other hand, don't forget about our last law, Alyssas Law. Alyssas Law is that after a certain amount of time spent on a specific task, our productivity actually decreases on that task. So of course, this one goes a little bit against Carlsons Law. You need to be able to balance both of them out. If something's getting too difficult and you're really grilled, maybe stop and take that task a little bit later. Cool, now if you like these laws, we found that visual stimulation in our office has really helped us to learn them and respect them. If you'd like to have the printout version, simply leave your email at this link over here. We'll send it over to you, and we hope you print it out and send us a picture of the poster in your office, for example. I hope this helps. If you have any other laws that we haven't thought about or things that you don't agree with, please leave it in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to support us.